And we're back in Portland after a Christmas break. Hope you all had a great holiday. Pull up those new socks and buckle your belt for this one as the Portland River Hogs walk through a waterfall of fire and take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Opening drive, 1st and 10. Mahomes hits Travis Kelce on the comeback for 10 yards on a first down. Fumble on the play, but it would be reviewed and overturned. Then on the very next play, Mahomes again looking to throw and decides he wants it all as he's going to float one deep for Tyreek Hill and drops it right in the bucket for the 48-yard score as the River Hogs strike first blood and take an early 7-0 lead. Then following a 27-yard punt return by Hill, 3rd and 4, and Mahomes finds Kelce on the crosser who gets just past the marker for a first down. And 3 plays later, 3rd and inches where the give goes to Darrell Williams who has the first and then steamrolls Derwin James, presses B for beast mode and carries Chargers into the end zone for the 32-yard score. Watch it again, Madden fans, as the replay shows all 360 degrees of Derwin James destruction as the River Hogs are all over the Chargers and take a 14-0 lead. Chargers look to answer back, and on 2nd and 5, Rivers with good protection and finds Hunter Henry over the middle for 26 yards into Portland territory. But then on the next play, Rivers with the play fake and D Ford comes blazing off the edge for the sack, pushing the Chargers back onto their side of the field as he throws up the 5-5. But on the following play, Rivers with another play fake and good protection looks to throw over the middle, lots of contact, and it's Ken Crawley who gets nailed with the pass interference, giving Los Angeles a new set of downs, and they would capitalize as on the next play, Rivers finds Travis Benjamin on the sideline for 17 yards, and then on 1st and 10 from the 15, the Chargers go with the draw to Melvin Gordon for 9 more down to the 6, where Rivers looks to throw and finds Hunter Henry for the 6-yard score, and the Chargers answer right back with a touchdown drive of their own and cut the first quarter score to 14-7. A Portland punt gives it right back to the Chargers, and Rivers goes back to work, finding Hunter Henry over the middle for 42 yards to the Portland 38. Then on the next play, it's Rivers to Travis Benjamin for 14 more and another Charger first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 6, but Rivers again finds Henry, who's having a huge first quarter as he picks up 13 more. But then to end the first, Melvin Gordon from the 2 gets stuffed shy of the goal line, and then to start the second, it's Gordon again getting stuffed. Anthony Lynn opts not to go for it from inches away and instead settles for a 17-yard field goal to make it 14-10. Fast forward to later in the second where the Chargers again have the ball and Rivers finds Benjamin again for 11 yards and a first down. Then on 3rd and 11, it's Rivers connecting with rookie receiver Devin Hodges for the 25-yard pickup to move the chains. And 3 plays later, the give goes to Melvin Gordon, who follows his block on his way to an untouched 19-yard score as the Chargers make it 17 unanswered and take the lead. River Hogs looking for points before half, and on their first play, Mahomes hits former Charger Brandon Oliver for the 11-yard pickup near midfield. Then on the next play, Mahomes looking to throw again, but opts to tuck it under and has plenty of green grass in front of him as he hits the open field on his way to a 29-yard scamper into Charger territory. 2 plays later, the give goes to Oliver, who picks up 13 more and another Portland first down. And on 3rd down, it's Mahomes with the play fake and finding a wide open Travis Kelce for the 2-yard score with 12 seconds to go, which would give Portland a 21-17 halftime lead. Chargers get the ball to start the second half and go right to work as Rivers finds Devin Hodges for 15 yards and a first down. Then 2 plays later, it's Melvin Gordon taking it across midfield for another first down on the 12-yard gain. But on the next play, Rivers looks to throw, gets good protection, but tries to force it into Travis Benjamin, and it's Kendall Fuller picking off the pass and bringing it back to the River Hog 40-yard line. Then faced with a 3rd and 10, it's Mahomes standing in and finding rookie Long Winborn for the 29-yard gain well into Charger territory. However, Portland would only get a field goal. Later in the 3rd now, River Hogs ball, and the give goes to Spencer Ware, who has a huge hole and picks up 13 and a first down. Then 2 plays later, Mahomes looking to throw and has Travis Kelce over the middle, who takes it for 24 yards down to the Charger 37. 2nd and 10, and it's back to the ground, and Spencer Ware, who picks up 11 more and another first down. But on the following play, nowhere to throw for Mahomes, and Melvin Ingram gets home for the sack. And on 3rd and 18, the give goes to Brandon Oliver, who almost busts it, picking up 14, but the River Hogs settle for the 37-yard field goal from Harrison Butker and push their lead to 10. Chargers trying to answer back, and they avoid a 3-and-out with an 18-yard completion to Hunter Henry on 3rd and 5. Then 2 plays later, Rivers throws short to Travis Benjamin, who makes a nice juke and hits the open field and takes it 33 yards to the River Hog 14 before being knocked out of bounds. Now in the 4th fourth quarter, 3rd and 3 from the 7, and Rivers hits Trevor Williams, who doesn't get the touchdown but does get the first down, setting up 1st and goal. And on 3rd and goal from the 4, Rivers looks to throw and goes to Travis Benjamin, who manages to hold on to the tough contested catch for the 4-yard score. And with just under 13 to go, the Chargers have cut it back to 3. Ensuing drive, River Hogs near midfield, and Mahomes looking deep and finds a diving Tyreek Hill for 35 yards. But then 2 plays later, Mahomes trying to thread the needle down the seam, but he should know you can't do that on all Madden. And Jason Verrett makes the pick to keep the River Hogs out of the end zone and off the board. Chargers would punt and give it right back, and after a good return, Spencer Ware finds a huge hole and takes it 13 yards up the middle for a first down. But then River Hogs faced with a 3rd and 14. Mahomes looking to throw, gets hit as he gets rid of it, and it falls incomplete. Harrison Butker comes out and puts it through from 49 yards out to push the River Hog lead to 6. Chargers looking for the game-winning drive, and on 2nd and 4, Melvin Gordon moves the chains with a 9-yard carry. But 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, Rivers with great protection, but the clock is ticking and it expires as D4 drops him for another sack to force a Charger punt. River Hogs looking to ice the game, and on 3rd and 3, Brandon Oliver picks up 9 across midfield. Then on the next play, Spencer Ware takes it off the right side, gets bottled up, but then pushes his way forward for 11 yards and a first down, but an injury timeout stops the clock. 2nd and 10 out of the 2-minute warning, and Oliver picks up 9, setting up 3rd and 1, where Darrell Williams takes it off the right side and picks up 2 and a first down. Chargers out of timeouts, and the River Hogs in their first season in Portland move to 3-0 as they take down a division rival at home for the 2nd time in as many weeks. River Hogs rack up 430 yards of total offense, while the Chargers put up 379 of their own. Melvin Gordon and Hunter Henry both go over 100 yards, but it's not enough as they fall to 1-2 and head into their bye week. Meanwhile, Portland, as mentioned, moves to 3-0 and heads to Houston next week to take on the Texans. Alright guys, so we pick up another close division win and send the Chargers to 1-2 while we move to 3-0. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I started that game, I think, around 5 or 6 times, and I'm actually recording this about 3 weeks after I actually played it. I don't know what it was, but I've gotten into that mode a few times before I started the franchise, and then I got into it at the end of Season 1 as well, where things just get really frustrating to the point where I just don't want to play or deal with some of the things that are going on in game, so I just say screw it and play something else or just not play at all. So that's been part of the reason why videos have been non-existent, along with also being super busy and also getting sick through the holidays. But a much needed break, and I should be good to go now. But like I said, we moved to 3-0, which is going to keep us at the top of the West and maybe alone at the top depending on what the Broncos did this week. But as you guys know, as we hit week 3, we begin some of the roster management side of things, starting with player negotiations and starting with a huge one here with Tyreek Hill, who wasn't much trouble to re-sign. The fair offer was $54.7 million over 4 years with $17.3 guaranteed, and I ended up offering him a $75.3 million contract over 5 years with $25.2 million guaranteed, and he accepted. So you can expect to see the Cheetah in a River Hog uniform for a very long time. Then moving on, we also had another big negotiation with Chris Jones from the defensive side of the ball, and the fair offer for him was $36.2 million over 4 years with $11 million guaranteed, and we ended up locking him up at $40 million over 4 years with $12.2 million guaranteed. So on both guys, we went above and beyond the fair offer, but these are key cogs to my team, and I don't have a lot of upcoming free agents this year like I did last season, but I do have some pretty significant players, and these were 2 of the biggest, so locking them up is a good step to maintaining a quality roster moving forward. But moving on, this is also going to be the first week of scouting this season, which means it's time to take a peek at some draft stories, and unfortunately the stories we have here are identical to the ones we had to start last season. We've got an Olympic weightlifter in Kenyatis Barton now playing linebacker, and then the family legacy one, which was used for Bennett Patrick last season, is now used for middle linebacker Banks Redmond. But looking at the draft board, we had 5 players added in the first week, starting with Banks Redmond, whose dad was a legendary coach, and he's a first-round projection as well as true talent. Then moving down, we have a first-round projected running back in Tyren Crosby, who looks pretty good. Obviously, with no Kareem Hunt on the roster, that opens up a big hole. So below him, we have another running back in Hamid Heyman, who's a third-round projection and true talent. And then we have the other draft story player in Kenyatta Barton, who is the Olympic weightlifter, and he's a third-round true talent. And then lastly, one last running back in Bryant Butler out of Wyoming, who looks like a decent mid-round back and is also a scheme fit. But with that, it's time we go around the league, starting with the scores from week 3, where things kicked off with the Patriots losing 24-10 to the Ravens on Thursday night. Moving to Sunday, the Giants took down the Cowboys 28-7, while the Jaguars went to overtime against the Titans and pulled out a 37-31 win. The Rams went to Lambeau Field and pulled out a 31-20 win, while the Buccaneers and Colts also went to overtime, with Tampa Bay winning 27-24. Texans 31-23 over the Panthers. 49ers 31-14 over the Bengals. Steelers beat the Bills 20-14. Browns take down the Dolphins 19-14. Bears get a road win over the Eagles, while the Raiders and Redskins defend their home turf. Broncos lose 15-13 to the Lions, which is going to put us all alone at the top of the AFC West. Then on Sunday night, the Falcons handled their division rival, beating the Saints 35-17, while the Cardinals also beat a division rival as they take down the Seahawks 24-21 on Monday night. So taking a peek at the standings, starting in the AFC, the Bills lead the way in the East, while the Ravens move to 2-0-1 and hold control of the North. In the South, the Jaguars beat the Titans in overtime to move to 3-0, while Tennessee falls to 0-3 and remains in last place. And then, as previously mentioned, we take sole possession of the top spot in the West at 3-0, while the Broncos are 2-1 and the Raiders and Chargers are 2 games back at 1-2. On the NFC side, the Giants and Redskins are out to the early lead in the East, while in the North we see a 3-way tie with the Packers, Lions, and Bears all at 2-1, and the Vikings lagging behind at 0-3. In the South, the Falcons lead the way as the NFC's lone undefeated team, and then similar to the North, we see another 3-way tie for first in the West between the Rams, Cardinals, and 49ers, who are all 2-1, while the Seahawks live in the basement currently at 0-2-1. The AFC Offensive Player of the Week came from the Jaguars and quarterback Blake Bortles. Bortles had a fantastic game, completing 26 of his 32 passes for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns, which was good for a 135.2 passer rating. Bortles' big game helped his Jaguars pick up the road overtime win and move to 3-0 by beating the Titans 37-31. Meanwhile, in the NFC, the Offensive Player of the Week goes to Rams quarterback Jared Goff. The former #1 overall pick out of Cal completed nearly 80% of his passes for 281 yards and put up a clean 132.4 passer rating, which was aided by his 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Goff's performance helped the Rams go into Green Bay and beat the Packers 31-20. On the defensive side, the AFC Player of the Week is a repeat winner as Von Miller once again takes home the award after also winning it in week 2. Miller improved on last week's 7-tackle, 3-sack performance by racking up 10 tackles, 1 for loss, and 4 more sacks. However, it wasn't enough as the Broncos fell at home in a defensive battle, losing 15-13 to the Lions. The NFC Defensive Player of the Week was Eagles middle linebacker Jordan Hicks, who brings home the award for the first time in his career. Hicks notched 12 tackles, 8 of which were solo, and also added 1.5 sacks and an interception of Mitchell Trubisky. However, just like Miller, his performance wasn't enough to come away with the victory as the Eagles lost 28-20 to Chicago. Shifting to the league leaders, starting with the passing leaders, Carson Wentz maintains his hold of the league lead in passer rating, but does take a dip this week as it falls to 130.3. Deshaun Watson becomes the first passer to cross the 1,000-yard mark and also continues to lead the way in passing yards. And then the lone newcomer to the list is Blake Bortles, who takes over the lead for passing touchdowns with 9. Moving to the rushers, we have a new league leader in yards as Le'Veon Bell takes that title from Dalvin Cook. Alvin Kamara doesn't score a rushing touchdown but maintains his spot at the top with 4, but is also tied with Tevin Coleman and Darius Geis. And then the leading number for yards per carry stays the same, but we have a new leader in the Titans, Dion Lewis. On to the leading receivers, where Packers rookie Curtis Gorin adds 5 more catches in week 3 and holds on to the league lead with 25. T.Y. Hilton returns to the top spot in receiving yards after 1 week away, now with 306 yards receiving. And then leading in touchdowns is another AFC South player in Jaguars tight end Austin Seferian-Jenkins, who leads the league with 5 touchdown catches. Defensively, Eric Kendricks continues to lead the way in tackles with 36. Von Miller's 7 sacks in the last 2 weeks have propelled him to the top of the leaderboards in that category. And Patrick Peterson continues to torture quarterbacks as he adds 2 more picks in week 3, giving him 4 on the young season. And then as we take a look at the week 4 schedule, things kick off on Thursday night with the 49ers heading to Atlanta to take on the 3-0 Falcons. Moving to Sunday, the Ravens and Steelers play a crucial AFC North game for first place. Broncos at Bears, Jacksonville at Indy, and Detroit at Green Bay. Miami takes on the winless Bengals. Rams head to Tampa Bay. Jets at Patriots. Baker Mayfield and the Browns travel to Seattle. Raiders at Vikings. We take on the Texans. Cowboys head to Arizona. And then on Sunday night, the Panthers travel to New York to take on the Giants. Then on Monday night, the week caps off with the Redskins traveling to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Bills, Chargers, Saints, and Titans all have the week off. But that's going to do it here, guys. Once again, I want to apologize for the long break and hiatus from the series. I don't plan on letting anything like that happen again, and we should be getting back into things and a much more regular upload schedule now. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, highlights, and around the league news. Join me next video as we head to Houston to take on the 2-1 Texans and face Deshaun Watson, JJ Watt, and DeAndre Hopkins, so it should be a good one there. But until then, thanks for watching.